just wanted to get your thoughts too, man, on Canelo and Crawford. There was Chava, the guy who usually pretty accurate with his information about Canelo, saying he may be thinking more the Crawford fight later in the year than a fight with Benavidez. What do you think, Leonard?
I think that Canelo Alvarez speaks for himself, and I think that he has a fantastic manager in Eddie Reynoso. And when one of them two say what that man is doing, that's what it is. All this other bullshit talk about speculation and rumors, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit because Canelo Alvarez is going to decide who he fights.
Is the fight with Crawford more of a crossover fight than Benavidez? In terms of mainstream?
No.
Okay.
No. I know the numbers. I know the business. No, it's not.
I'm not trying to contradict.
It has nothing to do whether somebody deserves a fight or whether they should fight. We're just talking about the business.
Yeah.
The Benavidez Canelo fight and
Crawford and Canelo
is no comparison.
I asked because I remember sometimes it's been said when it's a great Mexican fighter against a great Black American fighter, those two
has nothing to do with Terence Crawford. We're talking about the business.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the business, and Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the sport. I mean, he's proven that, but it has nothing to do with the business. You got to know what that means. You got to know what that means. It's like, for an example, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, two tremendous fighters. Everybody know Errol's my guy. But the biggest fight in boxing all along was Tank and Ryan. Their fight was the most talked about fight in the last 6 or 7 years. Two young undefeated guys in their prime. You know, and their fight had been talked about for so. But the business says something else. That fight did half of what Tank's fight did, and their fight did very well. You know, but it's just you got to understand how this works, and when you had the kind of experience that we've had with understanding what these marketplaces look like, and piracy and all the factors that are involved with the success of a pay-per-view event. And, you know, it just comes down to knowing what you're doing and what you're not doing. See, we're not in a situation over here where we're burning money. You know, you have one promoter in particular don't give a fuck. Just like it don't matter. Like, don't give a fuck. But like, we try to make smart, conscientious decisions when it comes to, you know, and sometimes you make fights that people don't necessarily agree with, but again, it's like there's always a plan. There's always a plan, a method to the madness, we say, and there's a long-term plan. I'm excited for this card to kick off for Amazon Prime. This will be a tremendous card full of great fights. You know, no, they're not. This is not the all-star team per se, but these are some very, very good fights, and we think that there's going to be a tremendous response to the support.
Well, if Canelo does go that route, though, what chance would you give Crawford to win the fight?
I never thought about it. You got Terence Crawford, who's the best fighter, pound for pound. I don't know what weight class he's at now. I mean, his last fight was at 147. Canelo's fighting at 168. So, you know, Canelo is a great fighter. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. But if you ask me the business of which fight is bigger, the Benavidez fight is bigger. It's a much bigger fight. I'm not saying any, and again, I want to be clear. It's not knocking any. You just asked me my opinion about the business.
Yeah. What's the bigger fight? Yeah.
It's the bigger fight. Yeah.
It could sell out Allegiant Stadium. Not saying Canelo and Crawford could.
I haven't even thought. Again, him, Benavidez and Canelo Benavidez is
might be the best fight you could make in boxing. One of them.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, they would get tremendous amount of support. Yeah.
And just lastly, too.
And some fight, and to touch on that, some fights that the fans think are big, And I'm not talking about that fight. What we talking about? I'm just saying in general. It's just like they say, oh, this fight. They don't know. Like no. Everybody thought this fight or that fight was big, but then when you kind of take a look at the numbers, then it's like, okay, what's considered big? We want to see the best fighting the best, and I get it. I want to see that too. The fight's got to make sense.
Lastly, Leonard, you know how frustrating this business can be. Shakur Stevenson seems frustrated. You know, it's talked. I guess yesterday talked about I'm officially retiring, and like, any words to Shakur on that? You know,
keep your head up. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
It's a very good young fighter.
Is that a thing where you just gotta stay patient and keep winning fights?
I don't know what his situation is. He has a good team that he's working with, so I'm sure they'll work out whatever they got to work out.
Thank you, Leonard.
No problem.
Good talking with you.
For sure.